Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Mountain Blade Warband. Hopefully you can't hear that music in the background. If you can, I probably won't upload this if it's bad. Last time we saved one of these desert people lords from captivity, where we fought our way out of a prison. Now we're going to sell some stuff and buy my men some decent food. I'm sure by now they're sick of eating nothing but grains and bread. And that guy doesn't even have much money, so unless he's got a good that's not a bad sword. Neither is that. I think we'll be having that sword. Hopefully we'll find some more heroes as well. I'm not sure whether I should start a rebellion or try to start my own country altogether. Either way, it should be interesting to watch. And I'm quite pleased because I messaged a few of the more veteran Let's Players, and I've actually had a couple of responses back in my inbox, and pretty positive feedback along with a few suggestions on how to improve my videos. And I forgot about that bandit there, we'll go attack that. So I'm quite pleased with the messages I got back. I think we'll go rest before we do that actually, because they were quite positive. And you know, it's always nice to get positive feedback on something you've put effort into. And I'm not too fussed if Ferentus dies again attacking this desert lair. He pretty much dies wherever he goes. Just sort out my men here, make sure the better ones are at the top. And that looks good. Actually, I just seen my Serenade infantry's down the bottom, and he's got the same robes on that I do. So at least I know I'm wearing the right clothes for these desert people. And there's Ferentus still in his looter armor. I forgot to equip him better. My Mamluks are here along with my horsemen, and I think that was my master archer and Deshavi. I really need to equip my heroes a bit better. Ferentus leveled. Eventually your heroes do become super mega tank units that will just charge through whatever the enemy throws at them. But they are rather squishy when you first get them. Which is why I'm looking to get some more hero units now. And I have been considering just playing a lot of Mountain Blade off screen and doing some kind of montage, just as a kind of training thing, so I can get more men and level my heroes up and start the rebellion or start my own kingdom, depending on what I decide to do. If you're watching this, just drop me a message or a comment and let me know which one you think you'd prefer to watch. Because it is rather annoying doing all this stuff in little 15-minute windows, because I've already had to split a few files, because if YouTube only lets me upload in 15-minute intervals, and if I even go over that by a second, the video will be rejected, and I have to butcher it in two. Oh, his shoes are kick-ass. I want some of those. These guys are just looters mostly, so it's a fairly easy fight, especially considering I've got some pretty elite troops in here with me. That archer earned his pay today. He had something sticking out of his face. Rest of that's not really worth taking anyway. So I think we'll try a different city this time. In fact, I didn't check the tavern over there. Or did I? Yes, I did. I did. It's all good. We'll go try Dorkuda. I know this is an interesting mechanic. This belligerent drunk will pretty much always attack you, and you'll get the money that he's carrying and his sword when you win the fight, unless of course you die. That doesn't end well. And there's no heroes here, so I will sell off all this junk that I picked up, and hopefully I'll be able to buy some better armor for Ferentis. The Sharvy's fine for now because she's an archer anyway. She's not meant for direct combat, and I didn't get as much as I was hoping from that. And that armor will do for Ferentis just nice. I do like to invest quite heavily in my heroes, because they will become lords eventually, and the better they are, obviously, it just works out a lot better if you equip your men better, because they'll do better in fights. And now he's looking all desert manish. He still needs a turban, but we'll get over that. I forgot to level him up actually. I think we'll try and find another fight for the night, and then probably call this a video. That looks good. See if we can catch them. 4.2 and 3.6. We probably won't, but hopefully they'll at least lead us to another enemy. And 31. That looks like a good number. And we managed to catch them. I won't bother organising my troops because these are only desert bandits. My Mamluks should take half of them out for me quite early on. Serenade cavalry does pretty much kick ass, and I managed to get a headshot there. Quite pleased with myself. As you can see, this sword, with it being possible to wield as two-handed, does wield rather slow in one hand and gets a few penalties for it being in one hand, but it's nothing major, especially when you get a speed boost off going in the right direction when you slash at an enemy. And this is more just training for my men than it is for the loot. Because once your men get to elite status, you can take on groups 2 and 3 times your size quite easily. Especially when it's enemy lords, because a lot of their men are still recruits, just to try and keep things balanced. I'm also considering just having a long recording session and then splitting the video. In fact, I think that's what I'm going to do, so there'll probably be some pretty random chops in this, but it should make it so that I can get quite a few videos up. And it will mean I've got a little kind of set of backup files for days when I don't want to record. Sword of the Stars is taking kind of a backseat at the moment because I don't enjoy that game anywhere near as much as I enjoy Mount & Blade. But I'll probably post some more Sword of the Stars tomorrow because there is quite a few of my viewers prefer that, I've noticed by the ratings. I'm actually on page 1 on Sword of the Stars, which I'm quite surprised about. So I tried to find my Mount & Blade Let's Play, and there's more Let's Plays of this game than I thought. I was expecting it to be no more than, say, 10, but there's quite a lot of people who have decided to Let's Play this game. I think I'll get some more infantry because they'll be quite useful in siege situations. And the purples have actually taken Amaret from the desert people. So if the desert people get quite weak, I think what I might do is just try and steal a castle from them and start my own kingdom. I think that's what I will do, yeah, start my own kingdom. I think I should explain the mechanics behind that. The higher your... Oh yeah, the yellows are really going to get caned now. The higher your right to rule is, the more chance there is of other kings recognizing that you are a king in your own right. And until you are recognized as a king, you cannot have pieces of the kingdoms because you are just classed as a kind of rogue warlord. And other kings will be quite happy to take your castles from you. I really like the look of that. Although its swing isn't as good as my sword, but it's one-handed. So its speed rating is not as good actually. Wait, the same. Although I might get that for Ferentus to improve his... Oh, that's a nice sword. I'll get that for Ferentus. Because like I said, I like to equip my heroes quite well. Let's buy that helmet for... In fact, is that better than mine? Yes it is, so I think I'll equip that. In fact no, because that's quite expensive. That was my door creaking because someone decided to walk in the middle of my let's play. Sorry about that. Okay then, I forgot what I was about to do. That's right, I'm going to try other lands to see if I can find more heroes. And I was going to explain the right to rule. And that to increase your right to rule, there's a few things you can do. You can talk to your heroes and they can increase your right to rule. Because what you can do is, I'd like to ask you something. And you can ask them to support your cause. And they will leave your party for a while, and once they've returned, your right to rule increases by a little bit. You can also marry into one of the noble families from any one of the kingdoms, because all the noble families in this continent have all intermarried with royalty at some point or another, and can all claim some kind of right to be a monarch. Speed this up again. I find it quite boring just watching this little avatar run across the map. Once again, just visit the tavern. I think we're about to get ambushed here. Yes, we are. Where are they? Leveled up, good for me. I'm not sure how many videos worth of footage I'm going to record. Now we'll be able to check this tavern. And just because there's no one in this bottom room doesn't mean there's no one in the tavern. Because sometimes you'll find people like this man here hiding in these top stairs. Ah, now a farmer. This man will give us a quest. And we've got to go to the village of Shitbin. If you've ever seen Jeff Major's playthrough of this game, you'll see that reference a mile away. I quite like these village battles because if the village is wealthy, you can get quite a lot of good stuff like furs and silks and velvets from the village that you rescue, but you can end up being gypped and getting something like a unit of fish, as you've seen. I'm going to mute my mic here for a second because I really need to sneeze. Okay, then apparently that was a false alarm, never mind. As you can see, these mountain bandits, or whoever they are, go down really easily. Especially against trained men. Not to mention the fact that they are just being completely swarmed by farmers. And pretty much the farmers are just cannon fodder for your men. They'll take a few hits. To be honest, I think I'd prefer if the farmers weren't there, because a lot of the time they do just get in the way of your men. I think that's the battle one. Apparently not. Oh, yes it is. Well, let's see what our reward was. And like I say, we got gypped this time, just some bread and grain. My bad, wrong button. But it can be worth it to help those villagers. I think we'll go try Uxhall next. Speed this up again. Aha, two more heroes that I like, which is Jeremus here. This man was a doctor. And Ymira, she was a merchant's daughter, I believe. And she's pretty much a blank slate. She's level 1. She's got no equipment and no particular skills, but you can level her up to be whatever it is you want her to be. I'm not going to bother equipping them